Good evening, teacher and classmates. My name is Kevin Valvente Muñoz, and today I'm going to explain cultural dimensions, communication in high versus low context cultures. In addition, I'm going to talk about what is intercultural competence, links between cultural dimensions, cross-cultural communication, and finally, why the knowledge of cultural dimensions and the development of intercultural competence is important for students. Let's get started. Right now, I'm going to talk about individualism and collectivism, power distance, high versus low, and masculinity and versus femininity. All right, individualism. Within the individual culture, communication is transmitted independently. And individual culture, people are unique and authentic. That is, they are different from the others or from other people. The ideas and privacy of individuals are respected within a social context, and the work environment is executed independently. That is, each person looks after her or his own well-being. On the other hand, collectivism, within the collectivist culture, communication is transmitted in a cooperative way, and the members of the society foster harmony. That is, they are united and cooperative, and they possess a social and linguistic identity. That is, they have limits at the moment of expressing themselves. Power distance, high and low. High. The members of the society have a high respect for the leaders of the society. They are subjects of the bases, and the workers work from the bases. On the other hand, low. There is no social hierarchy, and people do not accept orders from the leaders. And within society, there is social equity. Masculine culture and female culture. Masculine culture. It is a society characterized by competitiveness. The society is characterized by orienting its life through assertive decisions, and strength is the solution to problems within society. On the other hand, female culture, it is a society that is characterized by cooperativeness towards others. The society focuses mainly on the care of the environment, and in the society there is gender equality and conditions. Move on. Uncertainty, avoidance, high versus low, and long versus short-term orientation. High. In this society, there is interest in politics. This society is governed by rules and regulations, and people in this society are considered emotional. On the other hand, low. In this society, there is interest in politics. This society is characterized by being enterprising, and people in this society are considered practical and useful. Long-term versus short-term orientation. Long term. In this society, people are considered thrifty and persevering, and people in the society are characterized by being easily adaptable to any environment, and they set long-term goals. On the other hand, short-term, people in this society are considered curious and inquisitive, and they propose short-term objectives, and they don't have a future vision of their goals. All right, right now I'm going to talk about what is intercultural competence. Intercultural competence refers to the acquisition of a language to communicate effectively within a social and cultural context. The fundamental role of the intercultural competence within a social context is essential because it will allow us to have access to each of the communities and cultures around a country. And a proper communication will allow us to get to know new places, traditions, language, and communicate correctly. Right now, I'm going to talk about high and low context cultures. High context. People use an orderly and linear conversation when speaking. On the other hand, in long context, people use more explicit and direct communication when speaking. In high context, people use indirect message, and low context, people use direct message. In low context, people are considered good communicators, and in high context, the final message is not clear and not concise. Links between cultural dimensions, cross-cultural communication. The cultural dimensions and intercultural communication are interrelated since in order to know how a society functions, it is necessary to use the cultural dimensions to carry out an appropriate communication within a cultural and social context. Likewise, learning another language will allow the expansion of cultural knowledge and skills of each of the students. In addition, the core acquisition of a language will allow the proper communication between two or more people within a culture and society. And finally, why the knowledge of cultural dimensions and the development of intercultural competence is important for students. All right, within a social and cultural context, cultural dimensions are essential to understand how each of the societies located in a sector or country function. Also to know their cultural and linguistic identities. And on the other hand, the correct mastery of another language will allow the students to communicate properly and correctly with other cultures, knowing their traditions, beliefs, among other aspects to comfort them. And that's it. Thank you so much for your attention, for your time. See you soon. Bye bye.